Yeah. Turn up.
What's happening, people, and welcome to another team review. My name is Dirty Mike, and if you're new to the series, and it's all about giving you the ins, the outs, and breaking down some of the top squads in FIFA 13. And in this EP, we've got the best international squad. We have Brazil, and that's just my opinion, but I think hands down there's no other international team that's as good and as complete as Brazil this year, even though after a couple head-to-head updates, Brazil has died down a little bit. They used to be always in the top two squads, but now I put them at number 3 in the game behind Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. And if I do sound a little bit congested or a little bit weird, it's because allergy season is among us. That transition from summer to fall, it always kills my allergies, and it's not good. You got sinus pains, you don't sound like yourself, you're sneezing, etc., etc., etc. We don't want to talk about that. And as for custom tactics, I'm showing you guys the custom tactics that I use in competitive matches, and that's because I've used Brazil so much. I think they're one of the best teams, and I've definitely shown these tactics before if you follow me on Twitter or Facebook, but let me know below with a comment if you think that the tactics help or if they don't improve your gameplay. Unfortunately, I really wasn't on my A game with Brazil, and that's partially contributed to the first couple matches I played with them in the 4-2-3-1, which is one of my favorite formations. Definitely the most consistent and best formation this year in FIFA. It's commonly used with every kind of squad, and Brazil specializes in defense, which I know sounds a little bit backwards because in real life you would never think of the Brazilian national squad being a complete defensive team, but in FIFA, that's why people are using Brazil, is to hold some possession and shut you down on counterattacks. They can definitely keep up with Ronaldo. You got Dani Alves, you got David Luiz, Thiago Silva, and Marcelo. And then for CDMs, we have Paulino, or you can use Luis Gustavo. Both are very solid. I really miss Ramirez with the updates. They dropped him off the national squad. And the same goes for Pato, who was really important when you're looking to counterattack. You have to have pacey players, and he's no longer there. I'm going to be using Julio Cesar in goal. I did rock with Diego Alves for a little while, but I think Julio Cesar is a little more consistent. And as for custom formations and why my record might not be that great, the first 2 games I played, 0-0 ties. Nobody scored any goals, and that's because I was up against a 7-3 custom formation, and the next formation I went up against was even worse. It was like a 9-1. I should have quit out of these matches. I don't know. I felt like it was a challenge. But it was unbelievable. It was unplayable in terms of creating attacks. Like, they didn't make anything on my goal, and I couldn't break through their defense. And custom formations, for anyone who's not that familiar, it's when you go in, you move players around, and it definitely looks a different way. And it's banned in all tournament play. If you're playing for money, whether you're online or you're playing in person, they're always banned in every single event. So don't get used to building a custom formation. It's not going to help you in the long run. And the second formation we're looking at is going to be the 4-3-2-1, which is a formation that Brazil can use, and a lot of teams don't necessarily have the correct personnel. But Brazil, with all the speed and the pace all over the pitch, they're able to do it. I haven't used, Hernandez? I might be messing up his name all that much this year because I would always have Ramirez in that position, but he's been on some super fire. I've really enjoyed using him, and I think he's got a 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. He could be a little bit faster, but he's a great provider. I actually scored a lot of goals with him. I think I scored 7 or 8 goals, and I scored quite a few goals with Brazil. I believe we had, 32 goals and 13 conceded. Unfortunately, after my 0-0 draws, I was like in attack mode. If I don't get some goals, I was going to be upset, and that led to the loss. It was a crazy game, like a 5-4 thriller, which is very rare when you're playing head-to-head. You usually don't get high-scoring matches. It's a little bit more about tactics and controlling the game and making sure you don't make a lot of dumb mistakes. Up front, you've got players like Hulk. Of course, Neymar, where I think he has to be a striker no matter where you're playing him. A lot of people I also know do like, Leandro? Demau, I don't remember how to say his name. Some people play him up front. He's got okay pace, 2-star weak foot, and that's something that bothers me. And I don't even feel like his skill moves are all that quick, but I have seen him used in tournaments. I've seen him used in a lot of different situations and game modes, and that's because he can win things in the air. And when you have a pacey player like Neymar, or you've got someone like Lucas or Hulk, they can provide and whip it into the middle. That's the one downside to the way that I play Brazil, is if you cross the ball a lot, it's going to be rough on you for consistency for sure, because you just don't have the size, plain and simple. But I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Make sure to drop a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and follow me on Twitter at Mike09USA. I got a lot more content coming for you ASAP. Peace.